Late last night in Ouagadougou, a man was taken into custody just steps away from the presidential residence, dressed as a civilian, unarmed, calm, but what he carried in his bag could rewrite the rules of diplomacy in West Africa. Encrypted documents, satellite images, and a miniature listening device barely the size of a coin. This wasn't just another trespasser. This was something deeper, something darker. Initial reports suggest he posed as a translator, recently hired under a temporary contract. His papers seemed legitimate until they weren't. Security logs show he bypassed 2 separate checkpoints using different identification cards, each with biometric chips, both now confirmed as expertly forged. He loitered near an unsecured diplomatic entrance, no weapons, no panic, just a man waiting, like he belonged there. An internal source claims he accessed a restricted server room by posing as a tech specialist sent to repair a network glitch. It was routine, until it wasn't. The alarm was triggered at 9:43 p.m., a silent alert to the presidential guard. Within minutes, he was surrounded. He didn't resist, he didn't speak, but once in custody, his belongings told a story louder than any confession. His name? Mathieu Leclerc. At least that's what the French passport claimed. But a background check revealed the passport was linked to a defunct telecom company in Marseille. No living relatives, no tax records, no online presence. His hotel room? Registered under a different alias. Inside, a burner phone, a second SIM, hard currency in euros, and a notebook with what appeared to be hand-drawn maps of the Sahel corridor, including sensitive installations near Djibo and Gorom. Some of the coordinates matched known FABs, forward operating bases used in recent counter-terror operations. According to a high-ranking officer, he knew where to look and what not to touch. That's what scared us. 2 days prior to his arrest, a Western media outlet published detailed reports of military deployments near the Burkina-Mali border. The report included high-resolution satellite imagery, troop call signs, and even radio frequencies. Data not available to the public. The question now is, did Leclerc leak it? A USB stick retrieved from his jacket pocket contained mirrored images from those same classified military maps. Encrypted folders suggest direct access to internal military servers. Burkina Faso's cyber defense unit is still analyzing the files, but early signs point to intrusion using administrator credentials, possibly stolen, possibly handed over. And that's where the paranoia begins. Who gave him access? Was there an accomplice inside? Security officials are reportedly interviewing over 30 staff members assigned to the presidential IT wing. One technician recently transferred from a French-backed NGO has been suspended pending investigation. No official statement has been made. A minister speaking anonymously said, "The mole may not have acted alone. There's fear this was part of a coordinated network." Leclerc's second phone retrieved from his hotel safe contained deleted call logs, some traced to numbers in Cotonou, Abidjan, and even Paris. Among the fragments recovered, a message that read, "Package received, return route compromised, initiate Plan B." Authorities are now working with regional partners to trace the origin of these communications. If Leclerc is French, as suspected, then this isn't just espionage, it's a diplomatic breach. France's embassy in Ouagadougou has refused comment, but insiders say diplomatic staff have been advised to limit public exposure. A routine cultural exchange event at the French Institute was suddenly canceled, no explanation given. Meanwhile, Burkina Faso's government remains tight-lipped. No press conferences, no official statements, just silence. But the silence is loud. Across the capital, outrage is building. On TikTok, Instagram, and WhatsApp, videos allegedly show Leclerc being driven in a black, unmarked SUV, his head covered, his hands zip-tied. The hashtags Traoré targeted, spy in the palace, and colonial ghosts began trending across West Africa. Outside the French Cultural Center, protesters gathered. Some held signs reading, "Africa is not your playground." Others chanted, "Hands off Traoré." Police fired tear gas to disperse the crowd. No injuries, but the tension is real. Graffiti sprayed across downtown walls reads, "No more puppets, no more spies." This isn't an isolated incident. Since Captain Ibrahim Traoré took power in 2022, his regime has faced mounting accusations of foreign interference. French troops were expelled, French NGOs shuttered, French media restricted. In response, France accused Traoré of authoritarianism. Burkina Faso responded with one word: sovereignty. Now, this alleged espionage attempt might serve as fuel for further decoupling. A leaked memo from within the transitional government proposes restricting all satellite data providers that work with European defense agencies. Another draft proposal, still unconfirmed, suggests forming a regional intelligence alliance with Mali, Niger, and, interestingly, Russia. If confirmed, it would be the first formal step toward an anti-Western intelligence bloc in Africa. Sources say a Russian military advisor met with Traoré just 24 hours after Leclerc's arrest. No details of that meeting have been released. Some analysts believe Burkina Faso could be preparing to sign a security agreement with the Russian Federation, similar to those in Mali and the Central African Republic. Others suggest Russian operatives may have helped uncover Leclerc's activities. If that's true, it wouldn't be the first time Moscow benefited from France's mistakes in Africa. But not everyone is convinced. Some critics argue the entire story could be a smokescreen, engineered to justify purges within the government or crackdowns on foreign press. A Burkinabè journalist, now in hiding, claims to have seen footage contradicting the official timeline of Leclerc's arrest. Another anonymous whistleblower insists the man in custody is not French, but Central European, possibly Czech, possibly Polish. Fake passport, false flag, fabricated chaos. Theories explode. Was Leclerc a mercenary sent to sabotage Burkina Faso's new gold mining contracts with China, or an undercover agent aiming to intercept Russian arms shipments en route to Mali? Was he working for France, or was he a pawn in a shadow war between Russia and NATO, fought not in Europe but in Africa's deserts? One viral theory suggests the USB drive contained not just maps, but names. A list of informants, collaborators, maybe even high-level moles. Some fear that the files, if leaked, could trigger political purges across 3 countries. As panic spreads, flights between Ouagadougou and several western cities have quietly been suspended. No reason given, and still Traoré remains silent. No address, no statement, just a photo of him in military fatigues staring down at a map of Africa. The caption, "History remembers the brave." This isn't just a scandal. This might be the beginning of a geopolitical earthquake, one that redraws alliances, silences old powers, and crowns new ones. In the shadows of Ouagadougou, the Cold War has returned. As the world watches Burkina Faso, one question remains: was this espionage something far more dangerous? History is being written not in headlines, but in shadows. If you found this story as chilling as we did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. What do you think really happened in Ouagadougou? Drop your theory below. Was Leclerc a spy, a scapegoat, or something else entirely? Because in this game of nations, truth is the first casualty. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and stay watching.